It's 4 a.m. and I've barely slept thinking about what Morgan did to me. Um, he really, he really ruined my life. I mean, he put a lot of effort into making sure that my life would be destroyed. He somehow managed to steal resources from me. I still am not sure about all the stuff that he stole, but he stole things, actual physical things as well. He got people to stop dating me. So he ruined my dating life, and then he's been having me followed lately. Like he thinks that I don't know what's going on because I don't know those cars, but I saw those cars at his house, you know. So I know that those people are his friends, and I think he pays them. I think some of them are like drug people, and he like pays them to do stuff, or he used to, because he scams the government out of like $1,300 a month somehow, and that's how he lives. He lives on that, and then his mother is a horrible person too. She enables him. She bought him that property, and she enables him to be the most worst, most rotten version of himself. And then on top of that, Morgan not only got me arrested and thrown in jail for a month, but he got his own father put into jail too. And his father sounds like a very sweet man. I haven't met the dude, but it sounds like a really nice guy from what I've heard. And you know, his relatives are just in tears over what he's done, not just to his family but to his friends and people who cared about him, and he just destroyed them. Like he destroyed their lives. Like he destroys people's lives, and he just skips through life doing that, just person after person, and just does it. He's really evil and twisted and sick, and he you can see the anger, boiling below the surface all the time. It's just psychotic. I can see that he might have actually unalived people, by he probably did. You know, I think it's quite possible that he has, and even it maybe he didn't do it by his own hands, but maybe he because I'm still pretty suspicious. I think he did poison me, but I think that actually physically poisoned me. I don't think I'm imagining it. My water, like I said, my water supply was polluted over and over again before I had a camera installed to watch my water supply. And yeah, there's all kinds of other stuff going on now too. So yesterday I posted that video where I took his picture in the store because as I was walking to the store, something told me to bring my knife with me. So I actually bring a sword. It's kind of a toy sword, but you can sharpen it up and it's pretty functional. And I bring it with me everywhere I go now when I go out, because I've had people, his friends, like try to run me over, and people actually attack me. And one dude, it really did almost run me over with his minivan, so I could have died. And and then of course he stabbed me in the face that one time. Morgan himself did. But so something told me to just be extra cautious that day. So I walked to the store with my sword and looking all rough because I hadn't slept. And this black truck started following me. And then I think I told you guys the story of that already. So the truck started circling around, and then so I got out my knife, and the guy started getting more aggressive. So I sheathed the sword, and then I took out my camera, and I started shooting pictures of him. And then the police told me to just stay there and wait there and don't go anywhere. And then the guy tried to drive around me and leave, And so I stepped in front of the car with the camera and took pictures of him. And he tried to get out of his truck and go, "Hey, brah, I'm just trying to go to the store with my wife, blah, blah." Anyway, that was all a lie. And he left. And then while I was going into the store, Morgan walked up right behind me on his bicycle and then acted like he didn't know I was there. But all of a sudden, like, so he must have been following me the whole time. And then, so the cop asked, do I want an escort? Do I want an escort into the store? And I said, yeah, definitely. So I went into the store. The cops stood there and watched him and made sure he didn't do anything. He was complaining on the phone, whining about, why haven't you arrested Adam already? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, so I just said real loud right there in the store, I'm like, they haven't arrested me because I didn't do anything wrong, asshole. And the cop's like, dude, watch your language. There's children here. I was like, oh, okay, sorry. But I kept going because he was like, and Adam this and Adam that. And I'm like, oh, poor me, poor me. You're such a good actor. Like, you act so put upon, but you're the one that's doing the stalking and the thieving and the cheating and all this stuff. I mean, that's a lot of shit for a guy to do that's been, harassing me for 5 to 7 years. I mean, considering I barely dated him, and when I found out how many times he had cheated on me in like those few weeks that we dated, it was just, I didn't find out really anything, but I witnessed a lot of his activity, and it seems like it must have been at least, I would say maybe in a couple of weeks, I would say maybe 8 or 9 times that he cheated on me in just a few weeks, which was one of the reasons I left him. And then, so that was 2 incidences yesterday, right? And then when I got home, another car followed me, and I recognized that car too. And he kind of tried to speed and go in the wrong lane and kind of indicate like, I'm following you, like people do if they're normally, when people are in a car and they're trying to be discreet, they'll just drive right by you and try to check you out. But no, this guy was like driving out in the wrong side of the road, and I have pictures and video of it too. And then so I called the cops again. The cops came again. I gave them the description. I showed them the pictures and the license plates and everything. And I've seen that guy. I think he's a drug dealer. I think he's one of Morgan's friends. I think he's kind of looks kind of like a Popolo dude, but I don't know. The guy just has and I'm not a racist person. He just had a very low vibe, like a very bad sort of energy to him. And he just did not seem like a good person somehow. And then, and a lot of Morgan's people that he hangs out with are like that. They just they have a very bad vibe to them. They don't seem like nice people at all. Not at all. And you'll barely meet them, and you're right away the hairs on the back of your neck will rise up, and you know that he keeps a really low quality company. And then, so that was 3 incidences yesterday, right, of being stalked by him, just yesterday. And then when I got home, this phone called me on my new phone. I think my new phone number called me from a blocked number, and this kind of male, kind of effeminate, so it sounded like maybe a gay person, but effeminate voice was like, "I'm your worst nightmare, and you're gonna regret stalking Morgan," or something like that. And I'm like, you got it backwards. Morgan's the stalker here, man. I am so not interested in him, and I've not been interested in him in many years because of, not just because I find him unattractive now, which I really do find him unattractive, but it's spiritual too. His Facially, I don't think he's attractive. I don't know. Not that he's ugly, just I just don't, I'm not into his look, and he's just not my type, you know? And he kind of was for a while. I thought we were going to be kind of soulmates because he acted like he was, you know? But he's not. He's phony. He's false, you know? And I was it was very easy to see through his illusion because he didn't realize that he wasn't fooling me. He thought that he was fooling me, but he didn't realize that I've been in relationships with lots of narcissists, and I almost married one. My mom is a horrific one. You know, my father is quite an enabler of them, and I think my dad might be married to another one. I've had business partners who cheated me out of lots of money, stole things from me. You know, I had like an $8 million website stolen from me. I had and then they hit me with $100,000 slap suit. I've made videos about these things too. I had a Brazilian businessman who pretended to be my business partner, but in actuality he was cheating me out of he was cheating me out of tax money, basically. So I have this huge tax bill with the state of Hawaii now, and I don't know how I'll ever pay that back, but that's because of Andre. So anyway, I have a lot of these different situations that happened, and I know I can smell a narcissist a mile off now, and I've dealt with so many of them that I find it easy to cut them out of my life, and I've learned how to get stronger and take better care of myself, and cut people out right away the moment that I feel that they're being disingenuous. And I basically told off the entire SGI Buddhist group that I was formerly in here on the island, because a lot of those people I found to be very hypocritical and narcissistic too. And I didn't realize that there were spiritual narcissists, and some of them are very lovely, nice people, but a few of them definitely are not lovely and nice at all. And I'm glad I left the group. And I'm just getting to the point where I feel like practicing again on my own without that group, because it's very easy to chant and do that as a meditation by yourself. You don't need to be with the group. I would just recommend that you really watch out for churches these days too. You really got to be careful, because there's so many religious narcissists. They like to hide and look good for the community by hiding out in plain sight, if you know what I mean. And then so that was 4 incidents. So I got this wild hair in me to call up Morgan and harass him back. So I did. I called him back and harassed him back. I didn't threaten him or anything, but I just said, dude, you have just such shitty karma. You're such a bad person. I just think that you have a shitty life, and you do shitty things, and you're going to have shitty karma. And I'm not threatening. I'm just saying it. You have terrible karma coming because you do terrible things to good people, and you deserve it, So whatever is coming to him, he's going to deserve it, because he's bringing it all on himself. It's like that famous book, Der Struwelpeter, that I was raised with, because my mother is Austrian. And in that book, there's this greedy little kid who won't behave at the dinner table. So he grabs at the tablecloth and he pulls the tablecloth, and all the hot soup and everything burns him to like death or something. It's a very violent children's book, but it's a horrible lesson. But the kids, book is full of horrible lessons, but the kids fuck around and find out book, you know. So the kid pulls all the food on top of him and then he's dead and the table is empty. And that's the kind of person that Morgan is. And that guy I found out was not his brother. He lied. That guy Dante was somebody he was sleeping with, and I think that guy likes me actually. He's kind of cute, but I noticed that guy's gone now, and so where the hell did he go? You know, I mean, it was there on the property. Now he's not. All of the friends that that were around him when I knew Morgan, they're not there anymore. I don't see him. I don't see him around. And his one former landlord was just like just wouldn't even talk about whatever Morgan had done to him, but he just said that he was just absolutely a nightmare. He was a total nightmare, and just stay as far the fuck away as you can from him. The guy's like there's a dude like a famous musician who I think rented a cabin to him or something, and Morgan really fucked over that person too. There's just a long list of people and it sounds like relationships that are just destroyed and ruined, and it's just what a nightmare. I mean, narcissists are so damaging. They're just such damaging people, and people like that and like Donald Trump and Elon Musk and they're just slime balls. They're just total slime balls. They're not really good at anything. They're good at some certain things, and then they pretend to be good at everything, and then they expect to be worshipped and rewarded and treated well, but then while they're ruining society and ruining people's lives, you know, because that's what Donald Trump is doing to the country, is what Morgan did to me and is still doing to me. He's polluting Donald Trump just wants to pollute the air and the earth and the ground and the people's thoughts, and, you know, it's ripping apart the welfare system so that people won't have money. He has Elon Musk data pirates hacking all the data in the U.S. government. He's probably giving it all to Vladimir Putin and the Saudis who own, because it's the Saudis who actually own Twitter, by the way. Did you know that? It's not Elon Musk. Elon Musk was just the broker for the deal, and Elon Musk is also not the richest person in the world. The richest person in the world is by far Vladimir Putin, because he stole all his country's resources for himself, and he's like a multi-trillionaire, I've heard. So actually Putin is far richer than Elon Musk. Elon Musk got his start from his father, who was also a raging narcissist, who used nearly like slave-like mentality to get Africans to work in a mining facility, and that's how Elon got his first millions of dollars that he, I think, illegally brought to the United States, because I think he was an illegal immigrant from South Africa, and a racist, horrible racist too, and a Nazi, by the way, like an actual neo-Nazi. I made memes about them years ago, and they all came true, because when he did his Nazi salute, he was very proud of it. He's very proud. You know, that's the thing about narcissists, is they don't necessarily are not necessarily vain about their looks, which some of them are, but they're, you know, well, like Morgan is vain about his looks, but they're more proud of their of being rotten. They're proud of being like Donald Trump is proud to hate women. He's proud of it, how he looks down on women. He's proud of being thought of as the stud. You know, he can just get any woman he wants, and not really. He rapes women. That's or he, you know, or he probably finds women that are easy. Like Melania was probably easy because she wanted to be a rich person's wife, and probably wanted to immigrate to America, and getting married to somebody who's rich and will only contracted to touch her a certain number of times in her life, you know, so that he has a kid with her or something, and that's it, you know. And then that's an easy woman to get, you know, right? It's easy to, if you're a cheater, it's easy to find people to cheat with you. And you know, if you're a loser, it's hard to miss having other losers come into your life. You know, that's just how they are. And the other thing I have to say is that, so that was like 4 incidences of being stalked by Morgan just yesterday. So yeah, so I hope that karma bites him in the butt really good, because it needs to. This is just over the top. I'm so done with this. Really done with this. And the energy that he puts out, it's like it's just so icky. And I hope his therapist sees this video, because I think his therapist would really needs to know what kind of a person he is, because he probably has deceived his therapist too. You know, is that anger thing where he just snaps and then just tries to kill somebody. That, I don't know, that's weird. I mean, that's downright weird, you know. And you know, oh God, that's the kind of thing Donald Trump would do too. You know, Donald Trump, I think, has had people killed before. I remember when his former lawyer, who's that really cool dude, what's his name? Cohen? I like him. I kind of liked him. I don't know. He seemed like he admitted that he was not a good person when he was Donald Trump's lawyer, and really regrets all the things that he did for Donald. All right. Well, have a good night. I just wanted to wake up and take this video really quick, because the stuff has been on my mind a lot. You know, I'm so glad that I've moved on. I really feel like I've become more myself again after getting out of that abusive rut, you know, for so many years. Didn't realize that I had become another version of myself that I was not proud of. I did not like myself. And I'm starting to like myself again. So this has been a good journey, actually. You know, it took getting involved with a really sleazy, horrible person and getting out of it to be myself again. And I don't think I'm going to apologize to the people I cut out of my life. Yeah, there's a few people that I cut out, and I'm just going to leave them cut out. I don't want to apologize and let them back into my life. I think they deserve to be out of my life, frankly. And yeah, that's another one. Another one down.